Oh, hey y'all, Fat Man Outdoors. Hey, if you liked the video, click that like button and click subscribe so that you'll get notifications whenever we post new content. Appreciate you watching. This is the Fat Man. I'm gone. Hey y'all, Fat Man Outdoors. Man, it's cold out. Winter's dropped in on us. It's about 2 degrees here in south central Kentucky. We got a little snow on the ground, maybe an inch. Didn't get too much snow. A lot of people way down south from us got a lot of snow. A lot of people that don't ever deal with snow. Some folks right now are probably seeing snow in their hometown for the first time in their whole life. And they're getting blizzard conditions. I saw on the news that they had blizzard conditions in New Orleans. I mean, come on, man, that's crazy. In Houston, it was like 19 degrees. It's just really, really cold. And they saying for us here in northern Tennessee and south central Kentucky, what saved us from getting a whole bunch of snow is because we were so cold. We had such a high pressure system right over us that it was pushing all of the moisture back down to the south. And then when the vortex got down there on you guys, the water become that crazy white stuff. And I just hope all y'all are safe. Be careful out there. Don't take chances. You don't need to go that bad unless it's some kind of medical issue. I know a lot of the counties down in those parts of the country probably don't even own machinery to deal with a large amount of snow, and don't put more pressure on your public systems than you already got. But anyway, got something I want to show you guys today. There's a lot of debate today in the hunting world about tripods for hunting, and there's several different companies out there. There's several different designs, and some of them aren't as good as others, and some people say some of them are really bad. You know, they've had a lot of bad experiences with them, and other people say that those same brands are really good. One of them is BOG. Okay, the BOG Deathgrips have been around for a while as something that was specially built for people that hunt, especially predator hunters such as coyotes and bobcats, to be a good tripod to mount your gun on. Just clamp it in there. It's going to stay where you put it, and it's going to be something that's give you the ability to that rifle to stay in a ready position, and you don't have to hold it the whole time because movement is critical when you're hunting predators. Well, now BOG has come out with well, it's been out for a bit, but I'm just now getting my hands on one of them. It's a Deathgrip GP. Okay, now what this is, you'll see it's considerably shorter than the normal tripods. It's made for rifle or shotgun, and it's made for a sitting position. Myself personally, I have a lot of issues with my feet with neuropathy, and with the issue in my left foot, especially with the Charcot. It's really hard for me to stand on my feet for any amount of time. So a good solid tripod that's made for a seated position for me is really, really nice to have. They adjust from 19.5 to 41 inches off the ground. So technically, you could probably be a person that sat directly on the ground and use these really well, because they can go all the way down to 19.5 inches. It does have the smooth adjustment stuff. We're going to take the package off of it and look at all that just in a minute. But I just want to go over some specs of this. It's designed to be a sitting device. It's designed to be for people who sit on the ground or sitting in a chair while you're predator hunting. So that gives them the opportunity to cut the weight down. This thing weighs 60% less than the original full upright BOG. I mean, 60%, that's a lot. But I'm going to say it's probably less than 3 pounds. It's pretty light. It's very light, maybe less than 2. It's not very heavy at all, but it says it's 60% lighter than the original Deathgrip. It has the Deathgrip GP head. Its compact design supports up to 40 pounds. Maybe if you was shooting a 50 cal off of it or something, I don't know how else you could get that kind of weight out of one gun, but who knows? I don't know what everybody uses. So, and it has the twist lock leg design. Now that is the thing that a lot of folks have complained about with BOGs, that those twist locks, that those little, there's like a shim in there that when you lock it, it presses, it twists down to press down on that and squeeze it in place so the legs won't move. A lot of folks say those have failed. I know people that said they had them failed, but they contacted BOG about them, told them the situation, and after a couple of emails with a video or two and a picture or two, no questions asked, they just sent a new one to them and didn't ask for the old one back. So they just sent them a new one, and the people ended up doing a little bit of work with some really thin soda can metal and making some shims to go back in it and put it back together, and ended up having 2. So, you know, I mean, it's their customer service is awesome, and that means a lot. So what I want to do is I want to get a knife out here, and we're going to cut this off. Oh, I want to tell you guys why I'm doing this. I've got some more stuff. It's going to be going out on giveaways real soon. The good folks from State Line Bait Company has got us some stuff on the way that they're showing us some new stuff, a lot of crappie and panfish stuff, and we're going to be giving it away. I don't know exactly what all is in the package he's sending, but he said I think you're really going to like it, so we'll check that out. Keep an eye out for it on the channel. I'll announce when we start doing giveaways. It ain't going to be long for it's big time to get out there on the water and start fishing for them big slabs. Another month or so. I like to start fishing for them on the first of March. Getting back to what we were doing. So this is the unit unpacked, and I'm going to open this up so you can see. If you're not familiar with the Deathgrip design on these, you can look down in that. I believe you'll be able to see them, and you can see those guide bars in there, those little silver bars. So when you set your rifle in there and you tighten it down, it equals the pressure all the way from front to back on this pad, and they really hold well on your firearm. And then of course you can loosen these other knobs, and it gives you all kinds of range and gives you all kinds of rotation. And it feels really good. It's not, a lot of people say, well, all it is just a glorified camera tripod. That is not true. To get the movement and the way you get it in these, where it's smooth and it's not jerky, and it doesn't make a bunch of noise when you're turning it, because you can see there's absolutely no noise moving that. They don't make any kind of sound at all. They're really smooth, and they don't have like a plastic on plastic feel. It feels like a stiff bearing that's turning when you turn these. They have a really nice feel to them when they turn, and it gives you the ability, especially if you got an animal that's trotting or walking and you want to stay on him and lead through the shot, makes it a lot easier, a whole lot easier. They also offer on these something pretty neat. Is a Velcro strap on one of the legs, so that when you got everything closed up, you can Velcro that, you can close that up, you can wrap that around there, and all the legs are held, no noise. You ain't got a bunch of stuff clanging and beating around when you're trying to go through the woods quietly. When you get where you're going, then you simply open them up like that, and then you just turn that, and it'll adjust to the length that you want. All 3 of them are adjustable, of course, and then once you get all 3 of them adjusted to the length that you got, and I'm just dropping these down to full length. One of the big differences in these and in a camera tripod, okay, a camera tripod's legs, they hit the ground, or hit the area where you put them down much closer together than the legs on actual hunting tripods like this. These spread way out. I hope you can get a a little bit of an idea of what I'm talking about. They spread way out, a lot farther than camera legs do. And then when you want to put them back up, you just loosen that. They slide right back up. Lightly tighten it. You don't have to crank down on them. There ain't no need in that, because it's not like a head bolt. And then once you let them back down, then of course you can wrap your Velcro strap back around them, and everything's put up, and you can leave your gun attached right to them if that's what you want to do, and you can just shoulder it over your shoulder and carry on with what you're doing. And it's a quick setup when you get to the next spot. You just pop the legs open, set it down, and make sure your gun stays tight, then adjust your knobs to where it'll move, but it doesn't move so freely that it's gonna just tilt over or something while it's sitting in the tripod. It's so much more than just a glorified camera tripod. These things work great, and I don't know if you've tried it, but to get out there on the market and try to find something that will handle a gun halfway, you know, that when you're trying to put it on one of the tripods that's made for cameras and hold that thing steady, and then when you try to turn it, you're getting noises, and you get pops and cracks and stuff when you turn it. And with these, that just don't happen. I don't know about other brands. I've owned 3 different sets of BOGs. This will be my 3rd one, and all 3 that I've owned, I've got 2 that are full size. I don't have them here with me right now. They've all been great. I ain't had an issue out of none of mine. The only issue I've ever had is I've used one of them so much that the little rubber feet are starting to wear out, and you can see where the tubes are going down into it. But I'm sure I could get new rubber feet and stick them right on there. But I'll just eventually probably just tape them up. No sense in wasting a bunch of money on a rubber foot. But now this has got one handle. One leg here is got a neoprene spot on it, so that it makes it good for about carrying. It makes it where it'll be easy to grip and it won't be slick. Again, like I said, they're very, very light. Now, I want to give you a hint of a kind of a tip, I guess you could say. I don't want to say a pro tip, because the only thing I'm a professional at's eating. So, but what you can do, if you know when you're in level ground, maybe go out in your front yard or something, or in your side yard where your neighbors won't be looking at you and thinking you're about to start assassinating people or something. But get your hunting chair, the fold-up chair, or whatever it is you're going to use when you hunt, if you're sitting in a chair, and sit down on level ground and adjust the legs to where you've got the pretty much radial height of where you want to be at. Okay, that you know that's exactly where you're going to be needing to hold the gun when you're sitting in your chair. And then once you do that, if you'll take a knife or a scribe and go around this leg, like when you ring your push rod in a muzzleloader, if you'll just go around that leg and make a mark. So then after that, then what you've got is you loosen your leg up and you get ready to put it out. You pull it up to your mark, tighten your leg back up, and you've automatically got the right height. You ain't got to fidget it with it. And everything that saves you time when you get in the field and stops you having to move around as quickly as possible, that's the things you want to always keep in mind on. Go out in your yard and do this, and like I said, you can do it in level ground, and you're pretty much always going to be real close. You're pretty much going to be in an operational level with this at sitting in your chair, as long as you're using that same chair. Even if the ground's a little off level, when you sit, you may have to adjust one leg a little bit farther than another one to level it, but you're going to be really close, and you're not going to be fidgeting around a whole bunch trying to figure out where you need to have it set. Well, guys, I just wanted to show you this BOG Deathgrip GP, and just let you know that there's something out there that's specifically designed for hunters who may be a little less mobile than others, and you have to hunt from a chair. This is very, very handy, but check your local state wildlife fish or hunting laws. Make sure that you can hunt from one of these, because there may be some states, I don't know that there is, but there may be some states that would get you for that if you're doing it. I don't know if you can, but these would be great for deer hunting, be great for for coyote hunting, bobcat hunting, killing raccoons, whatever it is you're doing. It'll give you an opportunity. You ain't got to hold your gun the whole time, and you can have, but your gun can stay in the up and ready position all the time, and that'll give you free hand operation of your scanning devices, whether it be infrared or thermal or whatever that you're doing with. But I believe these are a pretty good outfit. Y'all ought to check them out. BOG Deathgrip GP for the sitting position hunter. Y'all, this is a Fat Man. I hope to see y'all out there somewhere. I'm gone.